All right, it's time to revise the 1988 Oscars. These are movies that came out in 1987 that were Oscar eligible. I use this website and this list. I play by the rules. Whatever the voters in that year had as eligible possible Best Picture nominees, Best Picture winners, I'm picking by that list, even though there's always some foreign film that doesn't make the list, which I'll probably mention the best ones that were not eligible. Now, stay tuned. I think this was a great year in a lot of ways. I know people disagree with me, but I'm going to show you my list from this year. I really like it a lot. Let's take a look at what won Best Picture and Best Director. You can see The Last Emperor won. Very interesting movie, Bernardo Bertolucci. And it's an unusual movie with a Chinese main character, kind of foreign film that comes in and steals Best Picture. Oscars hadn't really nominated anything that was a foreign film up to this point for a long, long time, I think. Not in the 1980s that I've surveyed at least. So you got that. You got Broadcast News, Fatal Attraction, Hope and Glory, Moonstruck. And Hope and Glory is another war memoir type of movie, along with Empire of the Sun by Steven Spielberg. You can see The Last Emperor, that one, and Empire of the Sun all sort of blend together in a nice zeitgeist war childhood memoir tales. Now, this is a rare year for me because I actually like most of these Best Picture winners, although none of them are going to win for me. So I will put them on a recommendation list. Here is my draft. This represents my rough draft of nominees. I'm going to whittle this down to 5, and then movies I think worth mentioning. I have a lot here. Now, someone was talking to me about how they think this wasn't a good year, and Matt won. The great John Sayles movie is the best of the year. I just disagree. I think this is a very good year, even though we're cheating somewhat because Come and See, the great Soviet epic about World War II, is actually 2 years older. I don't know why it's Oscar eligible, but it is in the list, but it didn't come out in 1987. And the other problem is Jean de Florey, Manon of the Spring. They're two separate movies, but really it's one big story, and the two movies should be watched together. You cannot watch Manon of the Spring without Jean de Florey. So I'm going to cheat and put them together and make them one big movie picture, even though that is cheating. There are 3 other not eligibles that are great here. Where is the Friend's House is a fantastic Iranian movie by Kiarostami. I recommend it to everybody. Babette's Feast, the same thing. A fantastic movie. And Blind Chance, wonderful movie by Kieślowski. I could even pick that one as the best picture. It's so good. As well, in my worth mentioning list, I've got a lot of personal favorites there. As you can see, Predator, okay, Near Dark, great Catherine Bigelow vampire movie. And My Life as a Dog. There's a few of these like that, Full Metal Jacket, Wings of Desire, that a lot of people like more than me. And I like these movies in a way. House of Games by Mamet. A lot of people like that one too, but I don't like them as much, so I'm putting them down there. This is my own personal list. You guys should make up your own. What do you think the 5 Best Picture nominees should be out of not just this list, but the Oscar-eligible list? Now, there's one comment I find fascinating, which is this is the rare year where I could put a legit list of 5 comedies or happier movies together as the Best Picture nominees. With Nail and I is a wonderful movie. It's kind of a downer in a way, but it's kind of funny and cheery for a while. Raising Arizona, Princess Bride, Moonstruck, and then take your pick from Babette's Feast, Au revoir, l'enfant. These movies are good. I love Babette's Feast, so I could pick 6 or 7 that are happier and comedic, and that is so rare. Usually the tragic movies, the sad movies, get the Best Picture and they get the nominations, as is the case with some of those above, but at least they nominated Moonstruck, and I don't know why. This turns out to be a pretty happy year in some respects. Now I'm going to narrow it down to 5, but I'm going to say goodbye to the not eligible movies and play by the rules, even though I might nominate all 3 of those, Babette's Feast, Blind Chance, and Where's the Friend's House. I would certainly nominate Where's the Friend's House, probably Babette's Feast, if it were eligible and are not playing by the rules, or they different rules.
Best Picture nominees for Best Pictures are...
Okay, so here are my 5 movies. And Come and See has to make the cut. It's an amazing movie. War movie in so many ways. You haven't seen it, go look it up. I've written a couple different write-ups on it. Jean de Florey, okay, I'm cheating. Jean de Florey, Man of the Spring. I'm putting them together. It's 2 movies, it's 1 movie, I have no idea, but I cannot deny the awesomeness of these movies, so I'm going to put it there and cheat. Raising Arizona, the Coen brothers' second feature, and of course they go from making a neo-noir, Blood Simple, in 1984, to a hillbilly screwball comedy. It is the most bizarre jump from first movie to second movie I can think of offhand, tonally, genre-wise, and yet they pull it off. I love this movie. It's got Nick Cage in it, Holly Hunter. It's just really fun, and the shot making is very fun too. And it's a very unusual movie for this time period. So Raising Arizona, I'm picking that. And everybody loves The Princess Bride. I don't see how you can't. Even though that might be a boomer Gen X thing. And then as the younger generation like Princess Bride, I have no idea. But of course, that movie, when it first came out, did not get that much acclaim. But it picked up a lot of steam once it hit home video and people could watch it and rewatch it. And it's a movie that definitely even gets better on rewatching. So who doesn't love that movie? I certainly do. The last one might be a surprise. I think it is extremely well written, extremely well acted. And when I say extreme, I mean in like the top 0.1% of movies I've seen. With Nell and I is a fantastic movie that I think most of you should see. And so I'm putting it here because I'm really blown away by it. But I do like The Last Emperor. I do like Moonstruck. So it's really hard for me to pick from my draft of nominees. And I'm really leaving a bunch out that should be here. This is a year that certainly could have benefited from having 10 movies, as they do nowadays, as Best Picture nominees. Well, I haven't decided until right now which one I'm going to pick. I must say it's really tough. And I'm glad I threw so many happier sort of movies on here. And I feel like I should pick a happier movie like The Princess Bride. Obviously, that would be a popular pick. If you look at my list, it's the one that a lot of people who know nothing about movies, who like any kind of movie, they would like The Princess Bride, right? I should pick that one. But if I do, the internet bros might be screaming at me, come and see, because that one has gained a lot of steam. Has a lot of love in the last several years as it's been discovered and rediscovered by people. And it is an excellent visionary World War II movie. Maybe one of the best war movies ever made. Maybe the best war movie ever made. So, but that's on the bleak side of things compared to The Princess Bride. So I'm going to cut it right in between them and go with...
And the winner is...
Oh, I'm cheating again. Jean de Fleury and Manon of the Spring.
Inconceivable!
Well, dang it. I promised myself I wouldn't cheat and pick not eligible or do weird things, but I just can't help myself. I rewatched these recently. I made videos on them. They are so good as an overall story that is like classic Greek plays, but it's set in the French countryside with French farmers in the early 20th century. It's a family saga. It's about farming. Gerard Depardieu is fantastic in this. The directing and editing are outstanding. I love the music, and overall, these are film experiences that can't be missed. So I know some people might not like these movies, but it seems to me like the adult choice. I guess I don't know what I mean by that, but I think these movies are really good overall. Obviously, I'm picking them, and I think all of you should try to watch them. I mean, who can really pick one winner or one thing out of 5 or 10 or 50? Excellent movie. So go check out those on my list. And which ones do you like? What would you pick as Best Picture winner? I'm really interested to see what people see out of this year, because I do think it's a good list, even if some things are out of sorts, like Come and See being 2 years old, but being in the list. So let us know what you would pick in your nominees in the comments. Please subscribe to this channel for more great content. And check out my other videos in this series. I've worked my way all the way up to the 1980 Oscars. And you can go back and look at what I've picked in prior years. See you later. Have a great day.